welcome to my video. And in this video I'll be covering out the weekly recap from the previous video we just closed, and the trades that I caught, and also those that I couldn't catch too early, and the entries that I used to catch them. So already, as you can see on the screen, you could see I've done everything already. I'll just want us to review this quickly as possible and as easy as possible, so that next time you can spot them better and catch them and make the best out of them. So without any delay, let's jump right into this. So during the course of the previous week outlook that I gave for last week, the title was about like price tapping 3,500 levels, and you could see that we actually did and scaled as high as 3,600, close to 3,000. Yeah, we scaled as high as 3,600. So it was pretty accurate, and I discussed, or I covered, three separate levels to which this could happen. Which one was from these 3440 levels, and the other was if we could tap down below. But then we could see what happened with Monday. Price held up to that 3440 levels and continued buying aggressively during the Asian session. So during the course of that, we could notice what happened when price bought aggressively. I think I called this sell that went down towards this guy. I called this, but then price rejected and went the other way around, which gave us more and stronger confirmation. So without any delay, let's jump right to Tuesday now, because the major trades are taking away from Tuesday, not from Monday. So on Tuesday, after the whole buy, that price bought up aggressively during the Asian session and down into the day two to the day. Okay, yeah, we have started getting our entries from late Monday to early Tuesday. So first thing, price left this FVG. I think if we go up to 1 hour, we see this clearly. Going up to 1 hour, we can see this. You can see the FVG that price left. So after price tapped it back into this FVG, if we should go down to 15 minutes time frame. When we go down to 15 minutes time frame, we would notice that after price did that, price left this FVG, another FVG here, which I think this should be on 30 minutes. Yes, 30 to 15 minutes. It's on 30 to 15 minutes. So we could see how price came back for it, tapped into it, and then price let's consolidate. And the major reason why this was going on was due to the fact that after this impulsive push up, price did this, took liquidity from this high, came back here, gave a break of structure that taps back into the FVG, and then started buying up aggressively. So most sellers were looking for sales from we don't even need to go too far. We can see on this same 30 minutes, we could see this FVG that price left after this. So most people that were selling, their stops, their trades were all stacked up within this midpoint of this FVG to this end. But then we could see what price, instead of price to hold on this guy to push down lower, price did the opposite. Actually, price went as high as sniping and sweeping liquidity from this guy. Then next thing we could notice is we could see price starting to consolidate. If I go down to 15 minutes, we could actually see this clearly. Sorry, I'm having a cold, so my voice isn't too sharp as always. So we could see what happened. We were getting consolidation, and remember, there's this entry I've covered a lot here. If you look closely here, it was actually trying to form something like this. It's like a head and shoulder, sweep liquidity, price came back, sell, but the next thing you see is price coming back to this level, and then it will start to consolidate. So what you do with this type of entry is you wait for the break to the upside that will take out the head and the shoulder that's here, and then you buy where it broke out from. And you could see how this played out very beautifully. This is like the main entry I want to cover today, even though we had other entries, but this is the main entry I want to cover today. So you could see this is how it looks like. You could see this right here. You could see the fall break of structure right here, price coming back and then starting to consolidate. Then all of a sudden we get a full break above the shoulder or above the head. and price comes back and use it to push up higher. It's a very beautiful entry and works very well. Works very well. You could see it delivered a very beautiful trade right here. This initial one was about 5R, and this confirmation entry too was about 6R. Let's look down closely. You could see this. You could see it's very beautiful entry, and if you should go down to 1 minute now, you could see how it actually cuts the confirmation entry on that guy right there. So let me come back a little bit so that we could see the confirmation. Okay, not here, right here. Yes, you could see it's very beautiful confirmation entry. That's after the full close. Price came back, gave us a beautiful break of structure to the upside, left our POI right here, and you could see how price. I've spoken about this guy too a lot. I've spoken about it a lot too. It's another beautiful entry model that can help you scale up your trading. So here it is, very beautiful stuff, and price bought up aggressively. This all happened on Tuesday during the Asian session. The Asian session was having lots and lots of trades. So if we come back now, this sell also happened during the Asian session. We could notice that after this good push to the upside, price left this FVG right here. Price tapped into it, but then started to act more sluggish. It didn't push up, and next thing we saw price selling down aggressively. But if we come to take a closer look, we could see this other block that price left here. It tapped into this another FVG on, I think, 1 minute. Let's go down to 1 minute so I could show you guys this more accurately. If we come back down to 1 minute now, let me come down to 1 minute. If you take a deeper look, already this move was the guy that formed the new ATH as of Tuesday. So price sold back aggressively. After it sold back, it presented us with this FVG right here. So price tapped into this FVG and started selling, breaking all these lows, and then still came back here, tapped into it, and gave us an additional break of structure. So my expectation is that price will actually still come back to hold this level, and you could easily keep your SL somewhere around here, because the only way that price will chase this SL is if we had a close above this 1 minute FVG here. And you could see we did not get any close, and price sold beautifully to the downside, delivering a sweet sharp this should be 5R trade too. It was a beautiful sharp 5R trade. And if we look out closely down to the London session, we could see that after price did all of this, let's go up to about 15 minutes. So we could confirm something on 15 minutes time frame. Okay, we could see how price was already picking from this inversion, from this level. Since this FVG, we got a full body close above it, below it. So we expect that price will come back and weak into the IFVG sitting right here. So after we got this, next thing price did was to give us more additional sell trades towards our target, which was sitting at the low for Tuesday, if I'm right. Yes, the low sitting around our Asian low, which is somewhere here. You can see it here, right here, where I closed the trades. And then if you take a deeper look towards this side, you could see that after price tapped into this FVG right here, we're expecting that price should come back a bit lower to pick from this block right here, this other block right here. But then price didn't do that, and just pushed up aggressively to the upside. But then after these sales continued with this failure swing that we can see here, I've covered this entry too. The link is in the description if you want to check that out too. Swept down, came back to this guy, but then you need additional confirmation to be sure of taking this trade. So after price did that, price fell back down to this level, which I was expecting to actually hold, because initially I was expecting price to actually buy from this level rather than picking up our buys from this guy right here. Okay, sorry, my network is a bit okay. Yeah, so after, instead of price picking up from this guy, I was expecting price to actually tap into this other block that is here. There's another block here. So what happened was that next thing we got was, if we're setting up limits now right here, our targets, I would actually target like 20, that's 3520, because of when price is actually bullish during all these ETH runs and all, it actually keeps pushing up. So if we set a limit here and then we get a rejection to the upside, I didn't place this actually, I waited for this. So after price tapped into this guy, rejected up, said to consolidate, next thing gave us a good break of structure, I'll look for my buys after this breakout here, this full body breakout out here, and you could see what happened after the break. The full body close above this level, price came back for it and bottom. But then notice what happened in regards to the whole selling period that is filled up around here and the IFVG right here. You could see what happened. Price pushed down lower and fell down towards our SL level. Now if you are taking this type of trade now, you would actually be much more concerned about, okay, there's a tendency that price could actually stop you out on your trade. But then what you could use, because what you could use to actually hold yourself towards this kind of situation is the fact that, okay, after this price came back here, it didn't take me out, good thing. So what should I do now? I'll take note of what happens when price comes back towards this shoulder right here. You get me? Because this is actually the premium level whereby sellers will be looking for their sales. So since price did not take you out here, you saw the reconstruction and everything. When you start to see this reaction back, what you do, what I usually do is I move up my SL to this low right here, or you could actually close with the push that comes back to this shoulder. It's a two-way something. So depending on which you take, what you actually need to look out for if price is going to continue moving in your direction is that you look at this. This is the entry. We used this earlier somewhere here, and also it's coming to play here too. So you wait and see what happens. And if you notice what happens here, what happened here, you could see how price came towards the points of the previous shoulder and started to consolidate, something like this. And next thing, you could see the full body close and price came back, and you could see now we have confirmation, and easily price ran up and gave us another good solid 4 to 5 hour trade. So that is how I actually caught this here. That's actually how I caught this here. I think I called this from my VIP channel too. This is actually how I caught this. So let's continue up and see what happened down Wednesday now. So you could see price kept on buying. Everything was just giving up more buys, because you could just easily see a break of structure, price coming up and then pushing up to the upside. So down this should be Wednesday. Down Wednesday now. This is during the London session. So when we go up to 15 minutes, what do we see here? What do we see? We can see the fact that, okay, during the Asian session, price kept on buying, gave a big construction on this point, came back, nothing too much or too clear right here. Well, we could see this guy sweeping liquidity from these people right here, and then next thing, this next candle came back, break of structure. You could see now you have your other block, and you could easily mark your other block and take this, and this easily give us a 4 hour trade again, a good solid 4 hour trade. So down, let's go now down till Wednesday to within Thursday's Asian session. We could then see what happened here. I called this actually on my community channel. Last week was actually a blast. It was actually a blast. We secured over 800 pips, both on the VIP and both on the community channel too. So I want us to look at this clearly and in a deep way. You could notice what happened here. You could see this breakout structure, price coming back, pushing up, you get, and then you could take note of this level right here, price tapping, pushing up. That is, we have some form of LTF support sitting right here, and then you could see what happened now. Price started to sell, came back to this support level. What can you see happening? Started to respect it, but then full body close below the support level, and then even did more, came back up, picked more orders, and closed below it again. So what I was expecting was that with this trade that I called, or what I actually saw, I actually used the advantage that okay, this guy was an LTF support and the price has been buying a lot and we need some form of retracement lower. So it's all indications. There are two levels I could actually watch out for: this support level or price coming back to pick orders from this FVG. It was a two-way something, but then already we could see this breakout structure, price coming back to tap and selling. So next, now you must actually have a high chance or high expectation that okay, price will come back for the premium level here and then push down some more. And you could see how this happened. Sold aggressively down to this should be Wednesday's low. Yes, sold aggressively and chased Wednesday's low. And after price did that, now there's this entry whereby you actually wait for price to take out the previous day low, and you could see what happened right here. Price took it out, tapped into, there's an FVG on daily time frame. When you switch up to daily, I want us to see that. So when you switch up to daily, you'd notice my chart is actually very dirty right here, but you could see it right here. To this point, you could see there was an FVG right here. So if we should come back down now to 15 minutes, after price tapped into that FVG, now you could see what happened. Price came back, held from the previous day low and gave us a breakout structure. This already is like a solid move. This is like one of my highest probability setup that I usually take, waiting for sweep of the previous day low and price coming back to give confirmation. And you could see how price gave us confirmation and then tapped our entry and bought up beautifully down to Friday. This happened on Thursday, but then price bought up beautifully and gave us our TP down Thursday. This was actually a beautiful one. I called this also on my community channel and also on the VIP. So with everything now that we've seen and with this entry that I've actually explained and how you've seen it play out like 2-3 times, I think I've covered other videos that have shown this entry too. If you should look at this point closely, towards what happened towards the Friday with the huge buy from NFP, I actually have this some level of expectation that most likely now price will continue selling with the new week open. Price might continue selling and just probably pick orders right here and sell back down towards this guy. And after it sells back down towards this guy, I expect some form of bullish reaction. Which may sorry about that, which could be strong enough to probably push price as high as taking out ATH again, or push price to pick more sell orders to get some form of correction lower. So this is actually what I expect to see, and you can actually take note of this too, so that we can actually see how effective it is. But I expect price to actually cook something like this. And if we should go up to, let me clear this out so that you guys could see better. If you should go up to 4 hours right here, should go up to 4 hours, you could notice that in regards to this, I think should this be on 4 hours? Let's try 1 hour. Let's try 1 hour. 1 hour. It's not on 1 hour. 30 minutes then. No, it's not. It should be on 4 hours. Let's should be like 4 hours. You know, most of these charts sometimes they differ due to different brokers. Let's try this guy right here. Okay, I want us to look at something like this. If it should come to 4 hours, you would notice that there is an inversion. See, that's the issue with brokers and all these charts on TradingView. Sometimes they differ a lot. So, but already from this point, you could see there's a break of structure here, and then price left an FVG2 right here. So the main expectation is most likely now this guy, the FVG, is going to pull price down towards this level and maybe push up higher like that. So this is actually what I actually expect to see happening possibly with this new week. So if you are new to the channel, I do this every week. If you sub to the channel, like the video and check out other videos too. I drop this to help us stay sharp and stay ready for the new week. I've been catching amazing things in my community on Telegram. If you're not part of that, you can use the link in the description, and then I'll be dropping the weekly outlook for the brand new week, so you can actually check that out too. The link to will be in the description. So I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.